In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create the hole for your key ring or for your keychain. Here's a key ring. We put our keys on it. We need a hole for those keys to go through, or for that key ring to go through. The easiest way to do this is to turn this to a top view so that we're looking at this straight on. Okay, here's our top view. This is what we want to be looking directly and straight at. So I'm going to come over to our view orientation cube. I'm going to click top. Turns that object towards us. Okay, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so that it's a little bit easier for you to see in my screen. I can select on any face. I can select the top, or I could select my sketch. Either one. I need to select those to create this. So I'm going to select sketch, select a sketch plane, select the top. Okay, you should see I have that little blue sketch box pop up. Doesn't matter how big it is, doesn't matter where it is. It's just a reference point for us right now. What we need to do now is we need to create our circle. So I'm going to come over to my ribbon. I'm going to find our circle tool. Here's a center point circle. There are other types of circles in here. Just use the center point circle for right now, please. Okay, so I'm going to click center point circle. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put the circle in a free floating spot, meaning that I'm not snapping it to an edge. I'm not snapping it to a point. I'm letting this free float. I can drag this out. I'm going to make just a small or relatively easy size circle. It's not huge. It's not so tiny I can't work with it. Now what we need to do is we need to dimension this. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to my ribbon. I'm going to find that dimension tool, shortcut key D. Click on the dimension tool. Hover over the perimeter of your circle. When it turns orange, click once. Move your cursor out. Click once. Okay, now we can dimension this. We can tell it how big we want the perimeter or the diameter of this circle to be. Our diameter is going to be 0.1925. Enter. It may show fewer, it may show more decimal places. It depends on what you specifically have. No matter what you have set as a preview or a rounding setting, if you double click, it shows you exactly what you typed in. Okay, so now that we know how big our circle is, now we need to know where it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the center point of my circle. I'm going to select the left vertical line or edge of my keychain. I'm going to drag this straight down. I'm going to click. I'm going to give this a very challenging dimension, 0.1925. Enter. Okay, so now we know that it moved out. It is 0.1925 inches in diameter. It is 0.1925 inches from left to right. Now we need to tell it how far from top to bottom we want this to be. Because this is a 7/8 inch keychain, what we're going to do is we're going to have this be halfway through. Half of 7/8 is 7/16. So I'm going to select our center point. I could select a point, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would select a line. Once I have the center point, then the lower horizontal, vertical, the center point, and then the vertical lower edge selected. You could select the top as well. Just pick one. Okay, I'm going to move out to the left. I'm going to click once, and I'm going to give this the dimension of 7/16. Decimal is 0.4375. Okay. Because I used a fraction, it's going to just do the math for me. 0.4375 or 7/16 of an inch are the same thing. What we need to do now is click our green check mark so that it saves the sketch. Okay. If we want to change it at any time, we double click on the sketch, opens that back up. We can change these dimensions. We can change the shapes. You can make it whatever you want. For our keychain right now, this is what it should be. Okay. You can see our circle is now black. It's fully defined. We know how far left to right, top to bottom, and the actual diameter or size of that independent object. Green check mark saves it in the history. We can find it again later if we need to. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this to a isometric view or trimetric view. So I'm looking at this three-dimensional again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the sketch. I could select the sketch now, or I could select the sketch later. Let's just do it later. So I'm going to say extrude. Pull my extrusion tab up. What we want to do right now is we want to remove. So we want to get rid of this. We want to drill that through. So I'm selecting remove. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to select inside the circle. And I'm going to select change from blind to through all. Drills down through there. Click my green check mark. If I flip this over, we can see that we have a hole going all the way through our feature. In the next video, I will show you how to round off the corners or edges of our keychain so we don't have these flat edges and sharp points.